Hi guys, I'm Mary. I'm going to show you guys why I use bronzer when I have a breakout and why it's so helpful. Not only does it boost my confidence, but it really gives me that glow that we all want, right? And we all need that boost, especially when we have these breakouts where it makes us feel a little less than confident. So as you can see, I've got some lovely breakouts. It was actually much worse yesterday. The redness has gotten down on a lot of the blemishes that I have. And the only thing I can think of is I've been eating sugar a little bit more lately because my diet hasn't changed. Nothing has changed there. My skincare hasn't changed, but I have had these breakouts. As we all know, the best skincare is, of course, what we put into our bodies and what we aren't putting into our bodies. That's very important. And then, of course, the products that we put onto our face. So speaking of that, I'm going to go ahead and moisturize my face. Then I'm going to put some eyebrows on, and then I will get started with my bronzer and go from there. Next, I'm going to prime my face. I just got this setting spray by Morphe. I want to try it compared to my SEINT setting spray. I had a gift card from a friend for like Ulta, I think it was. I like to set and prime my makeup really well, especially when I have blemishes, because I'm using a little bit more makeup than I normally do. With light coverage, there are times where I can get away with not priming my face. So I'll wait for that to dry, and then I will go ahead and put some eyebrows on. Okay, so I've moisturized my face, I've primed my face, and I've got my eyebrows on. Now I'm going to take my blush and bronzer brush. I'm going to use the fluffy end, and I'm going to dip it into my bronzer, this is Bella Bronzer. It's a matte finish bronzer. I want to increase the color in my entire face as well as down my neck. What that is going to do is it's going to help offset the blemishes in my face so they don't stand out quite as much. I'll show you this before and after I get this applied. So I'm just going to apply it everywhere so as not to erase my eyebrows, but you can already see my color deepening. I have applied bronzer to all of my face, down my neck, and you can see how the blemishes already aren't standing out as much. This is very similar to the reason why I apply contour first, is because it helps to use less makeup overall. And the reason why is because I am taking the color contrast away and receding the color contrast so that the red doesn't stick out as much as it would if my skin is very white. So that's one of the reasons why I do my contour first as well, is because I'm going to use less foundation, yes, less color correcting, and less concealer. So I'm going to start with my contour now and get my makeup done as usual. I've been trying this technique with my contour, is starting from my hairline and working down my forehead, and I'm liking it a lot more because it puts most of that contour depth closer to my hairline rather than right here and then building it up, and that to me is a little bit more natural looking. So kind of play with it, see what you think. I've seen it done both ways, but I just feel like when I start from my hairline and I work down, it's just more of a natural, looks more natural to me. I'm gonna go in with my blend brush and I'm just gonna apply some foundation, some areas, and then I'll go in and pinpoint some of these darker blemishes. Since I have bronzer all over my face, I was using Candlelit, but I'm gonna go a little bit darker with an amber color and apply that since I made my face a bit darker with that bronzer, and I think the amber will just do a better job with coverage as well as not needing as much than if I use the Candlelit. Something that I do when I apply my foundation is I try to start from the center of my face and work outward, because most of the discoloration that we tend to get, for most people, is in the center of the face. I do get discoloration along my jawline as well, more like melasma and some freckle pooling, but as you can see, most of my zits and my breakouts kind of just stay in the center area. So when you apply your foundation, try using that technique and just feathering out the makeup from the center of your face outward. Now I can go in with my same foundation shade and apply the makeup onto my blemishes, but I'm actually going to use my color correcting kit by Demi and use less makeup on my blemishes, because the more makeup that we put on blemishes, yes, it covers the discoloration, but it gives more texture to the blemish, so it almost makes it stand out more in a different way. So I'm going to go and use my high opacity Demi colors, and if you guys don't know what those are, I have some other videos on them. I'm going to use some of these smaller ones right here. They have a little bit more, they're a little bit more pigmented, and I'm just using a color correcting science to fix those blemishes, so you'll see what I mean. So it comes on. Now if you could see the color, I've either got too much or the wrong color. In this case, I've got too much. So I'm just going to blend that color out, and you can see the blemishes just kind of melt away. Okay, now for my under eyes. I thought I wasn't recording. Oh, I don't know why, but I had a brain fart and thought I wasn't recording. And yes, I have done that many times. Okay, now I've got really bright under eyes. That is actually just like a natural sheen that I have. But I'm gonna go ahead and powder that so it doesn't draw attention to like my eye bag area. But I do enjoy the brightness that I have under my eye naturally once I remove the distractions. It's pretty nice. Now I'm going to apply some blush. This is called Candy. It's got a little bit of a gloss, and so it's not a matte finish, so it does create a bit of a sheen. I have been enjoying that. I thought that I never would, but I am liking it a little bit because I find that I don't need to put very much on, so it's not like it stays sticky all day, but it does create that highlight effect on that upper cheekbone. You can already see it kind of glistening. So I'm really liking that, and I do like the shade. Okay, and I could go in and apply bronzer, but I'm not going to. But you can already see just how much more glowy I am with putting that bronzer underneath, and how little makeup I actually had to put onto my blemishes to remove them and to remove the distractions. Do you remember what my face looked like before? Yeah, look at it now.